Life is uncertain. Every day we confront obstacles, uncertainties, and situations that test our resolve. But what if I told you that there is a way to find peace in the midst of turmoil, to convert hardship into an opportunity for growth, and to live a life filled with profound purpose and tranquility? This isn't wishful thinking, it's the core of Stoicism, a philosophy that has influenced some of history's greatest minds. Today, we'll look at how Stoic principles may improve your life, allowing you to control what you can and let go of what you can't, ultimately leading to your best self. Stoicism offers timeless knowledge that is more relevant than ever, whether you're dealing with personal issues, looking for insight, or simply wishing to live more consciously. Stay with me as we explore the strong principles of Stoicism and how this ancient philosophy may lead to a better, more resilient existence. If you love what we're doing here, please consider subscribing. Don't skip any of the video's segments. Each second has vital information. Number 1. Being mindful. In life, you can't control everything that occurs to you, but you can influence how you see it. This is one of the foundational principles of Stoicism, a philosophy that urges us to concentrate on our own emotions and attitudes rather than external circumstances. Seneca used to say, "God grant you the serenity to accept the things you cannot change, courage to change the things you can, and wisdom to know the difference." These lines encourage us to find serenity amid life's uncertainties, to be brave when confronted with situations over which we have control, and to have the knowledge to know what we can and cannot manage. Your mind plays an important part in determining whether something is nice or harmful. Once you realize this, you gain power. You respond less and feel more relaxed. Marcus Aurelius stated, "You have control over your thinking, not external events. Realize this, and you'll gain strength." Stoicism emphasizes mindfulness. It involves understanding what you can and cannot control in your life. Consider how much energy we waste being irritated about things we can't alter. It's like attempting to stop the rain with our bare hands. For example, you cannot control the weather, but you can pick how to dress and schedule your activities accordingly. You cannot control what others think of you, but you can control how you react. You cannot alter the past, but you can learn from it. You cannot forecast or control everything that may occur in the future, but you can plan and react. Focusing on what you can manage while letting go of the rest is an important element of Stoic practice. This technique aims to improve your total well-being, not just reduce stress. When you stop worrying about things beyond your control, you create mental space and energy to focus on what is genuinely important. It's like removing clutter from a room. You suddenly have more room to move, think, and breathe. This adjustment in concentration might make you feel happier and more peaceful. It permits you to tackle life's obstacles in a calm and balanced manner. Consider the last time you became irritated about something little, such as a traffic delay or a nasty statement from a stranger. How did that impact your day? Consider how different your day could have been if you had just acknowledged that certain things are beyond your control and turned your attention to something positive. Stoicism tells us that we may select our reactions. By remaining attentive and present, we may modify our experiences and find peace even in tough situations. Being attentive also entails being aware of your thoughts and emotions without allowing them to guide your actions. It's about watching things objectively, knowing that they are fleeting and do not define you. This awareness allows you to make more informed judgments and respond to events rather than respond impulsively. When you practice mindfulness on a regular basis, you will experience greater inner calm and resilience. You learn to manage life's ups and downs with grace and serenity. Stoicism tells us that our ideas determine our world. If we are continually thinking badly, we are more inclined to react negatively to events. The more we engage in negative thinking, the more our worldview becomes distorted. On the other hand, by cultivating a practice of positive thinking and thankfulness, we can change our perspective on life. Being attentive allows us to detect and modify our mental patterns, resulting in a more balanced and meaningful existence. Number 2. Gratitude. Stoics think that wanting more and always chasing worldly items can lead to discontent and misery in life. Stoic philosophy teaches us to appreciate what we have instead of wishing for what we lack, leading to true pleasure. In today's environment, it's easy to become obsessed with accumulating more money, success, and goods. Stoicism teaches us that these external circumstances are transient and frequently beyond our control. What genuinely counts is our psychological condition and how we interpret our possessions. Gratitude is about acknowledging and appreciating the good in our lives, no matter how insignificant it may appear. It is about redirecting our attention from what we lack to what we already have. This exercise can provide a deep sense of contentment and delight. When you take the time to think about your life, you may discover how much you have to be grateful for: your relationships, your health, your experiences, and even the simple everyday comforts. These are the real gems that brighten our lives. We must learn to appreciate and be grateful for all we have, including our relationships, belongings, and the conveniences of contemporary life. We live in an incredible period in history, with easy access to essentials and technologies that our forefathers could not have dreamed of. Consider how lucky we are to have clean water, power, and easy access to information. We frequently take these conveniences for granted, yet they have a tremendous impact on our overall quality of life. Taking a moment each day to realize your blessings can change your outlook and improve your overall well-being. Gratitude also applies to the individuals in our lives. The Stoics emphasized the significance of developing relationships and appreciating the ties we share with others. Consider who supports and cares for you: family, friends, and co-workers. Expressing gratitude for these interactions improves your bonds while also cultivating a sense of community and belonging. It serves as a reminder that you are not alone, but rather surrounded by love and support. Stoicism emphasizes that deeds speak louder than words. Practicing your values is more effective than preaching them. The ideology stresses human responsibility, recognizing that every action you take has moral implications. Epictetus stated, "Do not explain your philosophy, embrace it." This entails living in accordance with your ideals and principles, as well as practicing thankfulness. When you practice thankfulness, you automatically start to perceive the world in a more positive light, which impacts your behaviors and interactions with others. Gratitude does not mean dismissing life's obstacles and tribulations. Instead, it's about acknowledging that despite the hardships, there is always something to be grateful for. This perspective may be quite powerful, particularly during difficult circumstances. It helps you develop resilience and preserve optimism and positivity in the face of hardship. Gratitude may serve as a beacon of light, leading you to a more balanced and fulfilled existence. Furthermore, research has shown that thankfulness has several mental and physical health advantages. According to research, people who practice thankfulness on a daily basis have lower levels of stress, better sleep, and a higher sense of well-being. This is more than simply a feel-good activity. It's a tremendous tool for improving your health and happiness. Making appreciation a daily practice might help you live a more pleasant and fulfilling life. Practicing thankfulness also fosters humility and perspective. It reminds us that we are a part of something bigger than ourselves, and that we have received encouragement and kindness from others along the way. This acknowledgement might motivate us to give back and help others, thus perpetuating a circle of optimism and kindness. Number 3. Power of choice. The notion of choice is one of the most powerful aspects of Stoicism. You have the option to select your answers and behaviors, regardless of your background or circumstances. Whether you're unhappy or destitute, or you're a successful entrepreneur, you can still make decisions that affect your life. Life does not have to be complicated. You have the ability to make your existence simpler or more difficult, depending on your decisions. Stoics think that making the correct decisions is similar to discovering a shortcut in life. You have the option of choosing happiness, love, freedom, respect, or the sensation of money. These aren't simply abstract ideas. They're actual physical states of being that you can create with your choices and attitudes. The most important lesson is that you control your life and emotions. Having this freedom of choice is what genuinely liberates you in the long run. It keeps you from being obsessed with things over which you have no control. When you take control of your decisions, you will always feel empowered and free, regardless of the problems life throws at you. Remember that your decisions may have a significant impact and offer you a sense of power over your life. This does not imply that you have control over every consequence or that life will always go as planned. It implies that you have the ability to choose how to react to whatever comes your way. This viewpoint may be quite freeing, allowing you to negotiate life's ups and downs with greater ease and confidence. Stoicism holds that our decisions form the foundation of our character. Epictetus famously stated, "It is not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters." This exemplifies the Stoic notion that our emotions are under our control, even when external circumstances are not. By concentrating on our emotions, we may retain our inner calm and integrity despite external situations. This is a poignant reminder that we are not victims of our circumstances, but rather active participants in our lives. Furthermore, the power of choice affects how we see our surroundings. We may have an impact on our emotions and general well-being if we choose to think positively and constructively. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or assuming everything is great, but focusing on what we can do and learn from our experiences. The power of choice also includes the ability to select our beliefs and ideals. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living a good life. Virtue, in this sense, refers to living in line with reason and nature and making decisions that represent our best goals. This might mean choosing honesty over deception, courage over fear, and compassion over apathy. These decisions shape who we are and how we interact with the environment. Making virtuous decisions on a continuous basis helps us develop a strong character and a meaningful existence. Furthermore, the ability to choose entails accepting responsibility for our actions. It is about accepting that our choices have consequences and that we are responsible for them. This sense of duty may be both hard and motivating. It encourages us to be thoughtful and purposeful in our activities, while also empowering us to design the life we want. Accepting this duty may help us become more proactive and involved in determining our future. Choosing how we spend our time is another important component of our freedom of choice. Time is one of our most significant resources, and how we allocate it reflects our priorities and values. Seneca wrote extensively about the value of time. He thought that squandering time on petty hobbies or bad emotions was one of the most serious mistakes we could make. Instead, we should devote our time to things that offer us joy, contentment, and progress. The power of choice enables us to discover meaning and purpose in our lives. We may live an honest and purposeful life by choosing decisions that reflect our innermost beliefs and desires. This does not mean life will always be easy, but it does mean we can find direction and purpose in difficult times. By choosing to live according to our ideals, we may build a life that is both gratifying for ourselves and good to others. Number 4, anger Stoicism holds that being furious produces no beneficial outcomes. Instead, it consumes your efforts and resources while giving you no genuine advantage. Instead of becoming irritated by situations over which you have no control, Stoics suggest practicing non-reactivity. Anger spreads like a wildfire, consuming everything in its path and leaving devastation in its wake. When you allow anger to take control, it distorts your judgment, making it difficult to see clearly and make sound judgments. According to Epictetus, any person capable of angering you becomes your master. This demonstrates how losing control of your emotions may give people influence over you, which contradicts the Stoic objective of self-mastery and inner calm. Anger is contagious, and if you allow it to take over, it will spread to others and even impact you. Consider the last time someone's rage affected your emotions. Maybe it was a car cutting you off on the road, a coworker yelling at you, or a stranger acting rudely. How did their rage affect you? It most certainly elicited a negative response, maybe ruining your day. This demonstrates how quickly anger can spread and cause a chain reaction of negativity. By refusing to let anger dictate your actions and emotions, you break the cycle and contribute to a more calm environment. Stoics taught us that putting anger on others only leads to projecting it on ourselves. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, resulting in more harm than benefit. The prudent decision is to avoid anger and instead focus on inner serenity and tranquility. One effective method to deal with anger is to pause and contemplate before reacting. When anything makes you angry, take a big breath and allow yourself time to consider. Consider whether this is worth your time and effort. Will getting angry change the situation? The most common answer is no. This small pause might help you restore control and respond more constructively. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius stated, "How much more harmful are the consequences of anger than the circumstances that aroused them in us?" This reminds us that the consequences of anger are frequently worse than the original cause, highlighting the significance of regulating our responses. Changing your perspective is another Stoic strategy for dealing with rage. Try to see things from the other person's perspective. Perhaps the person who snapped at you is having a bad day, is under stress, or is going through a tough time that you are unaware of. It doesn't justify their behavior, but it helps you understand that it's about them. This adjustment in viewpoint might minimize your emotional reactivity and promote empathy rather than rage. Seneca said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. By choosing kindness over wrath, you may turn unfavorable experiences into chances for constructive transformation." Unmet expectations and a need for control are common causes of anger. We become enraged when things do not go our way, when individuals do not behave as we expect, or when we feel mistreated. Stoicism encourages us to let go of our expectations and accept reality as it is. We can't control other people's behavior or the consequences of every circumstance, but we can choose how we respond. Lowering our expectations and concentrating on our own actions may help us reduce rage triggers while increasing our sense of calm and acceptance. Another effective Stoic technique is to foresee future causes of anger and mentally prepare for them. This is referred to as premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of illness. You can mitigate the impact of potential obstacles by anticipating them and planning how to respond. For instance, when you're approaching a challenging meeting, pause to contemplate potential triggers and devise a composed response. This mental rehearsal can boost your determination and help you keep your cool in the face of adversity. Stoicism emphasizes the significance of both physical and mental disciplines for controlling anger. Regular exercise, meditation, and mindfulness can all aid with stress reduction and emotional stability. When your body and mind are in harmony, anger is less likely to send you off track. According to Epictetus, keep your attention focused entirely on what is truly your own concern, and be clear that what belongs to others is their business and none of yours. This emphasis on personal responsibility and self-care is critical for regulating emotions and preserving inner calm. Developing a habit of thankfulness might help to alleviate anger. Reminding yourself of your blessings makes anger harder. Being grateful shifts your focus from problems to blessings. It's an effective antidote to negative emotions, allowing you to retain a more balanced and optimistic view. Even in difficult situations, remembering the positive aspects can serve as a buffer against wrath and frustration. Number 5. Protect your mind. You protect your valuable possessions, such as your wallet, vehicle keys, or house. Similarly, you should safeguard your intellect, which is one of your most important possessions. Stoics knew that the mind is the seat of our ideas, feelings, and decisions, so it is critical to protect it carefully. Be cautious about who you let influence your thoughts and feelings. Social media, news sources, and others around us continuously inundate us with information in today's environment. This stream of information may affect our ideas, sometimes unconsciously. Just like you wouldn't give outsiders access to your belongings, don't offer anyone free access to your thinking. Marcus Aurelius frequently stressed the significance of mental health. He believed that our inner ideas determine our reality, and that managing our minds gives us power over our lives. Surround yourself with positive and helpful individuals who will encourage and inspire you. Avoid those who spread negativity or sap your energy. This does not mean you should ignore or avoid negativity, but rather limit its impact. Be aware of the negative influences in your environment that may affect you without your knowledge. For example, a steady stream of unpleasant news might leave you feeling nervous and overwhelmed. Social media might evoke sentiments of inadequacy or jealousy. Recognize and reduce your exposure to these sources. Instead, feed your head with enriching content, such as books, podcasts, and discussions that promote development and optimism. Seneca highlighted the need for reading and learning from reputable writers. He thought we should live with the greats by learning from their virtue and skill. What you consistently think about shapes your thoughts. If you have a habit of thinking negatively, you are more likely to react badly to events. The more you think negatively, the more you'll see the world negatively. This creates a vicious cycle where negative thoughts lead to unfavorable outcomes, thereby reinforcing negative thought patterns. However, if you do not actively exercise positive thinking, you may find yourself reverting to negative beliefs. The greatest option is to intentionally practice recognizing the positive in everything and being appreciative. Gratitude is an extremely effective tool for changing your perspective. Concentrating on what you are grateful for shifts your attention from scarcity and pessimism to abundance and optimism. Being conscious of your internal conversation is another important part of mental health protection. The Stoics believed in the value of introspection and self-examination. Regularly check in with yourself and ask, what am I thinking about? Are these thoughts helping me? Are they helping me become the person I aspire to be? This exercise allows you to stay aware of your mental patterns and make the required changes. According to Epictetus, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This entails establishing clear intentions for your thoughts and behaviors and aligning them with your beliefs and objectives. In addition to controlling your ideas, it is critical to regulate your emotional reactions. Emotions are normal, but how we handle them is under our control. When you are experiencing powerful emotions such as anger, grief, or fear, take a minute to pause and ponder before responding. Ask yourself why you are feeling this way and whether your reaction is beneficial or required. This technique of emotional management is central to Stoic philosophy. Controlling your emotions prevents them from taking over your thoughts and leading you to engage in unreasonable or destructive acts. Developing a meditation practice can also help safeguard your mind. Meditation helps you examine your thoughts without judgment and achieve a state of inner serenity. It helps you become more aware of your thought processes and provides skills for refocusing your attention when necessary. The Stoics engaged in a sort of meditation in which they reflected on their day, scrutinizing their acts and ideas, and considering how they might be better. This technique might help you keep a clear and concentrated mind. Setting limits is essential for preserving your mind. Learn to say no to activities that do not benefit your well-being or align with your ideals. This includes not just external requests, but also potentially harmful habits and actions on your own. Setting limits creates a mental space that promotes tranquility and productivity. This allows you to stay focused on what is really important while avoiding distractions that might lead to mental clutter. Remember that guarding your mind is a continuous task. It necessitates ongoing vigilance and effort. The world will constantly provide problems and diversions, but by following Stoic ideals, you may strengthen and fortify your mind. You have the ability to determine which influences come into your life and how you respond to them. Prioritizing your mental health and practicing mindfulness can help you live a more balanced and satisfying life. Number 6. Practice positive thinking. Your frequent thoughts develop your thinking. If you have a habit of thinking negatively, you are more likely to react badly to events. The more you think negatively, the more you'll see the world negatively. This creates a loop in which negativity feeds on itself, making it difficult to perceive the positive in life. On the other hand, if you actively practice positive thinking, you may improve your attitude and consequently your entire life. The Stoics recognized this and emphasized the significance of having a healthy attitude. According to Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This remark emphasizes the importance of cultivating optimistic thinking. Positive thinking does not imply disregarding reality or believing everything is fine. Instead, it's about redirecting your attention to what's good and possible rather than obsessing over what's wrong or lacking. It is an intentional decision to view the glass as half full rather than half empty. This alteration in viewpoint may have a significant impact on your emotions, relationships, and general sense of well-being. You will develop resilience and a more cheerful attitude towards life by learning to find the positive aspects in every situation. Gratitude is a practical technique to develop positive thinking. When you take time on a daily basis to think about what you are grateful for, you will naturally begin to focus on the good elements of your life. This simple technique may change your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Every day, try jotting down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be large or major. Even tiny things like a gorgeous sunrise, a nice remark from a friend, or a good dinner may have an impact. By doing this on a regular basis, you'll teach your mind to look for and appreciate the positive aspects of your life. Another useful strategy is to reframe negative beliefs. When you see yourself thinking badly, pause and contemplate how you may look at the issue differently. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed by a difficult job at work, rather than thinking, "I'll never get this done," consider reframing it as, "This is an opportunity to develop my skills and prove my capabilities." This does not alter the reality of the situation, but rather alters your viewpoint to a more productive and empowered one. Seneca once said, "You cannot polish a gem without friction, nor perfect a man without trials." By viewing problems as chances for progress, You may shift your mentality and approach life with more confidence and optimism. It's also crucial to surround oneself with positive people. The people you spend time with, the material you consume, and the places you visit all have an influence on your ideas and views. Seek out relationships and groups that encourage and inspire you. Engage with information that will educate and motivate you. Create a physical space that is both tranquil and energetic. Maintaining an optimistic outlook will be simpler if you curate your environment to encourage positive thinking. Epictetus stressed the need to be aware of our influences, saying, "We become what we repeatedly do." Mindfulness and meditation are also effective methods for promoting positive thinking. Routines help you think more clearly and focus more deliberately. Mindfulness teaches you to examine your thoughts without judgment and gently move them in a positive direction. Meditation, particularly loving-kindness meditation, can foster sentiments of compassion and appreciation, supporting a good attitude. Marcus Aurelius frequently reflected on his thoughts and deeds at the end of each day, which helped him stay grounded and keep a cheerful attitude despite the obstacles he encountered as Roman emperor. Another aspect of positive thinking is setting reasonable and attainable goals. Setting objectives that are consistent with your beliefs and passions provides you with something positive to strive toward. Achieving these objectives, no matter how minor, may enhance your confidence and promote a good self-image. Celebrate your victories, no matter how tiny they may appear, and use them as an incentive to keep going. This sense of growth and success is essential for sustaining a good outlook. Positive thinking also includes being kind to oneself. Self-compassion is essential for psychological well-being. When you make errors or experience setbacks, treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would show a friend. Recognize that no one is flawless and that everyone faces difficulties. Being patient with oneself creates a helpful internal atmosphere that promotes growth and optimism. This is consistent with the Stoic approach of accepting our human limitations and focusing on our efforts rather than the results. Good affirmations can help reinforce a good outlook. Affirmations are phrases you repeat to yourself to boost your confidence and positivity. They can be especially useful when you're feeling unsure or frightened. Saying, "I am capable and strong," or "I choose to focus on the good," might help you adjust your thinking and build resilience. The Stoics believed that words and ideas might influence our world. Affirming good thoughts on a daily basis can help you transform your cognitive habits and enhance your mental health. Remember that positive thinking is a process, not a goal. It demands persistent effort and awareness. There will be days when negative ideas arise, and that is normal. What really matters is how you respond. Your ability to focus on the positive improves with each instance. Over time, this exercise becomes a habit, and positive thinking becomes your default state. Number 7. Characters over labels. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of character above labels. In a culture that frequently focuses on superficial characteristics such as money, position, and looks, the Stoic philosophy provides a welcome viewpoint. Character is about your essential identity, your beliefs, ideals, and how you treat others. It is the essence of what defines a decent person. External characteristics such as skin color, attractiveness, or socioeconomic class should not define you. Instead, your character should be the most important characteristic. This viewpoint is consistent with the Stoic conviction in the value of leading a virtuous life guided by reason and integrity. Character is something you develop through your actions and decisions. It takes into consideration the effort you put in every day to improve yourself and become a better person. The ongoing attempt to improve oneself is an important part of Stoic practice. Marcus Aurelius stated, "Don't waste any more time talking over what a decent man should be. Be one." This compelling message prioritizes action above words. It is not enough to talk about virtues. You must also practice them in your everyday life. Your character is what truly defines you as a person, and it has an indelible impact on others. Your legacy is based on your character and the principles you uphold. People will remember you regardless of your wealth or beauty. They will remember how you treated them, the kindness you showed, and the values you upheld. This is why developing a strong personality is so crucial. It's what you want to be known for, and it genuinely defines your personality. Stoicism tells us that our actions should align with our values. Epictetus stated, "Do not explain your philosophy. Embrace it." This entails living in accordance with your views and ideals, as well as displaying your personality through your actions. How you cope with situations reflects the type of person you are. Stoicism emphasizes that genuine character develops during difficult times, not during easy ones. It is at difficult times that your actual personality emerges. Do you stay cool and controlled, or do stress and hardship bring out the worst in you? You improve your character by sticking to your ideals and values, even when things are unpleasant. Seneca emphasized the significance of fighting hardship with bravery and honesty. He saw difficulty as an opportunity to demonstrate and create character. Honesty is another facet of character. Being genuine in both your words and deeds is a core Stoic precept. This entails being honest with yourself, admitting your shortcomings, and identifying opportunities for development. Self-deception may weaken your character, causing you to make bad judgments and deviate from your principles. Being honest builds a foundation of trust and integrity. This not only improves your interactions with others, but it also boosts your sense of self. The Stoics saw sincerity as the foundation of a good life. Humility is also an important aspect of character. Recognition of your ignorance and willingness to learn from others shows strength, not weakness. The Stoics emphasized the significance of ongoing self-improvement and learning. Marcus Aurelius frequently focused on his own limits and the need to learn from those around him. By being modest and open-minded, you demonstrate respect for others and a desire to learn. This humility improves your character, making you more relatable and admirable. Compassion and empathy are vital components of a great personality. Treating people with kindness and empathy, especially when it is tough, displays your genuine character. The Stoics taught that we are all interconnected and that our actions affect those around us. Empathy and compassion foster strong, positive connections and create a supportive community. It also helps you grasp diverse points of view and develops a sense of community and collaboration. By exercising compassion, you help to create a more peaceful and just world. Courage is another important quality that determines your personality. The capacity to confront concerns and obstacles with courage and resolve is a sign of a strong personality. Stoicism emphasizes that bravery is the ability to act in the face of fear rather than the absence of it. Courage builds character and inspires others, whether it's standing up for what's right, making difficult decisions, or persisting through adversity. The Stoics appreciated people who demonstrated courage and considered it a necessary characteristic for leading a good life. Character relies heavily on resilience. Life is full of disappointments, but how you handle them defines you. The Stoics believed in the importance of resilience, the capacity to recover from hardship and keep working toward your goals. Face hardships, learn from them, and develop stronger skills to build resilience. By cultivating resilience, you create a character capable of enduring life's ups and downs with tenacity and drive. Finally, our character is what defines us, not our titles, wealth, or appearances. Remember that every decision you make determines the person you will become. Strive to live with morality, integrity, and purpose, and let your personality shine brighter than any label. Thank you for taking part in Zen Stoic Mastery. If you found this conversation useful, I recommend watching one of the videos mentioned on the screen. Continue to grow, be resilient, and pursue your personal development goals. See you next time.